to tonight's guest call. I am so excited to be surrounded by these beautiful women that are going to be sharing tonight. This guest call is geared around women and ketones, what the product has done for us, what the community has done for us, and what the opportunity has done for us. If you are a man, yes, you can still be on this call. It's going to be a bunch of powerful women that are going to be sharing, and I'm so excited to hear from them. Let me grab some ketones so I can show you what it is that we are going to be talking about here. We are going to be talking about pure therapeutic ketones. So let me give you a little layout of the call. I used to be a teacher. I love some structure, so I like to know what I'm about to get into. So this is what we're going to talk about the first half of the call. We're going to talk about the product a little bit. We're going to talk about what ketones are, why you should be drinking this product, what they do for your body. We're going to share some powerful stories on what these have done to transform different women's lives. And then from there, we're going to shift into how you can get your ketones for free. And if you want to stay on for the last half of the call, we're going to talk a little bit about the opportunity. If you know more than 2 people that want to feel better, you might want to listen into how to partake in this opportunity and really plug into the community that we have here at Prüvit. So let's get started. I respect your time. I'm a busy mama too. So ketones, what are ketones? This is the only bioidentical ketone in the world. What that means is a lot of people are doing the ketogenic diet. They're doing the diet to starve their body of all carbs, all sugars, and then their liver is going to produce ketones, which is an energy source. It's the energy source that we were designed to thrive on. Gives us 38% more oxygen to our brain, makes it so we can think clearer, makes it so we can perform better, makes it so we can feel our best. Because of carbs, sugars, how we sleep, all the stress, we never really feel what it feels like to feel our best. So this right here, this powder was made for the Navy SEAL divers back in 2015, and it's exactly the same as what your liver produces. No one else in the world has a ketone that's exactly the same as what your liver produces, which is why I absolutely love what we have here at Prüvit. So all you do is you take this product, you shake it up with water, you spend about 20 minutes so your body can absorb it, and then you're in a state of ketosis. You can test it, you can test your blood ketone level and see if you're actually in a state of ketosis. What does that mean? It means that you are going to experience a better mood. The very first thing that my husband noticed in me when I started taking this is he was like, Sarah, you are so happy. You're such a bright light right now. I want what it is that you are doing. And never in my life, when I have tried any kind of shake, has he ever said, I want to do what you're doing. For the first time, he was like, I want a piece of that because you are shining and your mood is absolutely incredible. And I want to feel good too. So you'll notice it with your mood. And women, like I'm telling you, I'm a mama of a toddler. I have a 2-year-old. I don't know what's going on half of the time. And I do not know how to mom without ketones. So I always start my day with pure therapeutic ketones. Another thing you're going to notice is focus and appetite control. I'm one that used to love carbs and sugars. My mom was like, Sarah, you're going to turn into a diabetic. You cannot have candy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You just can't. I had candy at an arm's reach no matter where I went. When that Halloween sale hit, you better believe 75% off. I'm going to grab a whole cart full because it's going to last me the entire year. That's how I was. I wanted the pasta at Olive Garden that was never ending. Like I could keep on eating it. I wanted all of those breadsticks. I told them to keep bringing them to the table. When I started drinking ketones, I did not diet. I did not start an exercise plan. I just started drinking the product and started listening to my body. And as a result, I got healthier and stronger than I've ever been in my life. My brain started to crave the things that my body needed for survival, not the things that I've conditioned myself to think that I need. Former teacher here, I thought that I needed a pot of coffee every single day. I thought as soon as that baby gets cold, you better be warming that up in between class periods. Like you're going to sip on coffee all day long. When I started drinking ketones, I started realizing what it was that I conditioned myself to think that I need and what I actually needed in my body. So I don't crave those sugars anymore. I don't crave a lot of unnecessary carbs. Does that mean that you're not going to see me having a piece of bread? No, we just went to Mexico and they had really good bread down there. So I did still eat the bread. And that's the cool thing about ketones is even when you have carbs and sugars in your body, like your brain and your organs are still going to choose ketones because that is your natural fuel source. And that is what makes you thrive and makes you feel your absolute best. So I'm going to share a little bit of my story, and then we have some amazing, amazing stories that I cannot wait to get to. But I told you all, I got my healthiest and my strongest by just drinking ketones. I didn't change a dang thing, but if you look at what I eat now compared to what I ate when I got started, they're very different. And they're not very different because somebody told me to eat different. They're not very different because someone told me I had to go to the gym. I had to get a personal trainer. It's very, very different because that's what I crave now. And that's what my specific body needs. So I got super healthy, super strong. I got pregnant. I took ketones into my doctor and I said, this is what I'm doing. I was like, am I allowed to continue to do this? Take note, ladies, if you are pregnant or you're trying to get pregnant or you are breastfeeding, please check with your doctor. Our bodies are so beautifully different that check with your doctor to make sure that it's right for you. For me, my doctor said, Sarah, you're one of the healthiest women that has ever walked through my door. Keep drinking your ketones. Therefore, I have never gone a day without ketones since July of 2016. I've never missed a day. Throughout my pregnancy, I never got nauseous. I never took a nap, never had an ounce of caffeine. And that week that I gave birth, I like to share this because it's crazy. I was reeling in a catfish out on the river on my husband's boat, and I felt just as good as I normally did. And so it just made me feel my best. Postpartum, I was able to breastfeed my entire breastfeeding journey for 2 years. Again, I got them approved by my daughter's pediatrician. But something that I learned is that, ladies, when we are pregnant, our bodies are going to produce ketones regardless of what we are eating and what we are drinking, because those ketones are going to help develop our baby's brain. Once our baby is born and we start breastfeeding, our breast milk has MCT that converts to ketones to continue to help develop our baby's brain. So my question to all of you is, if we do that for our babies, why aren't we doing that for ourselves now? We have the opportunity to still do that. I was never a science teacher, so this still blows my mind. I was a math teacher, but I'm excited to learn from a nurse later on. But let's get into some stories, because all of these stories are very, very different. And I love and adore these women that are about to share. And the first one is on my screen. I can only see 4 people. So I seriously swiped through and I'm like, who is going to give me a very big smile? And I saw that it was Jaime Beesley. And I'm like, she's going to be one of the 4 on my screen. Her story is phenomenal. So it's not just the product, but also the community and what it has done to completely shift her life as a mama. And I am so excited to hear from you, Jaime. So Jaime, what have ketones done for you in the last 9 months? And what has the community done to really impact your life?
Oh my goodness, Sarah, thank you so much for inviting me to be on here. I apologize. First up, for my voice, I did play full out at our event this weekend, so I'm a little bit hoarse. But for me, I am a mom of 3. I've been married 22 years to my husband, and I used to have lack of energy. I had hot flashes. I had night sweats before ketones, where I would wake up in the middle of the night and I was literally in my own pool of sweat. I don't know if any of you ladies can resonate with that, but it really sucks. I had hormonal acne, and some are like really painful, the kind that get underneath your chin and it feels like there's an extra head on your chin. I had cravings, like my favorite cravings was Flamin' Hot Cheetos and Cool Ranch Doritos. I could sit and finish the entire thing all by myself and be kind of like defensive if anyone tried to eat them. My digestion, I don't know if there's any Christmas Vacation fans, but when cousin Eddie was like, the shitter's full, that literally felt like that was my life that I lived with the plumbing I had going on. I also was busting out of a size 12. And, after ketones, I have shrunk down so far to a size 8. I was not doing the keto diet. I do eat clean and I try to eat healthy, but the one thing is, like, my cravings are completely gone. So there's like Girl Scout cookies on the radar, and I'm like, I can totally treat myself because I'm allowed those cheat days where I'm not going to like mess up everything and just go back and erase everything that my body has done. And, for me, I was a one-hit wonder with my energy. So I could tell a complete difference in my energy the first day. By the third day, my hot flashes were gone. I no longer am waking up in pools of sweat, which is completely amazing for me. But as much as I love this magical unicorn drink, oh my gosh, ladies, it is happy juice. When my husband was like, "You're so much nicer." And I'm like, "You're lucky I am for making that comment to me." Am I right? But I can honestly, what I love even more is that I am an Air Force veteran, and I really miss that sisterhood and brotherhood of that community that I had, that tight knit where everybody has your back. And I have really, in the last 9 months, I've showed up to all the events. I've been to 4 in-person events. And what I love more than anything is that I feel like I totally belong to a community that I can show up unapologetically, and I am embraced in who I am, just where I am at. And ladies, we need that support. We have just been in this world where we have all these demands and all of these, it's like we're not even allowed to validate our feelings and how we feel. And when you come into this community, we all have life that happens. We all go through different struggles, and to have this support and this love, it has literally changed my life. I am forever changed. And one of the things our friend, I don't know if she's on here, Jody, she's like, everybody needs friends. And that is exactly what this is. So I just thank you so much for having me and listening to my story. And I will pass it back to Sarah.
Jaime, thank you so much. I loved seeing you play full out. If you all were invited last night to our call that we had, you could see Jaime playing full out, and it was so beautiful. If you guys have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. We have a lot of amazing women on here that would love to answer any of your questions throughout the chat. There's men on here as well that can answer any questions. So if you think of something, please drop it in the chat, and we can answer your questions as well. I'm excited to co-host this with my friend Shea. She is such a beautiful soul. I'm telling you, like, I had the opportunity to spend the weekend with her, and she is just so bright. She is a lighthouse for other people that are looking for the way through. And I told her, I said, Shea, we're just going to go sit on a beach, and I'm just going to surround myself with you because you do that for me. And so I am so excited to hear about how she got to where she was before, because according to her story, she was not always that bright light, to where she is now, because it is absolutely beautiful. So Shea, what has Ketones done for you?
Hello, everyone. I will just say right off the bat, I'm nervous, but I'm about to freaking crush this story without crying. I will do my best to not to cry. Those of you that don't know me or may not have seen my craziness out there on the internet world, my name is Shea. A lot of people call me Sassy Shea or Sashay. I have been drinking ketones and been a part of this community and family for almost 4 years. I woke up this morning and was like, holy Batman balls. It's almost been 4 years. It'll be 4 years in June. I am a mother of 2 adult children. They are 34 and 32, about to be 35 and 33. I am a jam-all. We don't use the G word in this society that we live in because we all age backwards with ketones, of 3 granddaughters. And I found out today that my oldest, who is 15, took first place as a freshman on the varsity golf team. I was like, are you kidding me? So like Sarah said, my story is, I have to say now that I've stepped into my own greatness, it's kind of freaking amazing. So before ketones, I don't like to use the words fat. So we'll just say I was a chubby chaser. I was a little chubby, overweight, tired, miserable. I hated everybody. I didn't want to get out of bed. I would wake up with zero desire. Somehow these products, these packets of magic unicorn landed in my lap. Not somehow. I watched my daughter's best friend, Melissa Butler, talk about it. And I thought, I've tried everything, so I'm going to try it. Within the first day, I called her and I said, did you just give me some illegal shit? Because I don't know what's happening here, but I want to get out of bed. I want to get dressed. I kind of like my husband, which I didn't really like him then, and we'll get to that part. But I was like, wow, life is good. And then day 2 went on and day 3 went on. And then I thought, I think I can get up. Y'all, I couldn't dress myself. That's how miserable, depressed, overweight I was. By the end of the second week, I could see light. I could see life. I even thought my ugly carpet was beautiful. I was like, this stuff, when they say it's magic, it is magic. I was able to drop 69 pounds of fat. Here's the embarrassing part, but I've learned through this, sharing this embarrassment, I've been able to help so many women. I had an addiction to sugar and fast foods that I would eat 6 to 7 bags of candy, not 6 to 7 pieces, 6 to 7 bags of candy per day. Imagine what that does to your brain when it's running on glucose, and imagine how that makes, it's like putting poison. And the more I would eat, the more my body would say, and my brain would say, you need it, you need that, you need that. Day 2, I was like, what happened to me? I didn't even eat 1 piece of candy, and I kept a bowl next to my bed on a nightstand, y'all. That's how bad it was. So to be able to divorce that sugar and the fast foods, and when the day that I woke up and said, I think I'd like a spinach salad, I knew that I had gotten my hands on something that was going to change the world and help so many women. And my age, I'm going to be 56 in June. And when I got carded at the airport for a Bloody Mary, I was like pulling it out going, let me tell you my secret. You too can age backwards as well. But it is an amazing product. It's an amazing community. It's an amazing family. You're never alone. And the fact that we get to support each other and love on each other, no matter, we leave our black robes at the door, as Brian Underwood loves to say, our CEO. And if you don't know what that means, as we're not judges, we don't judge anybody else. Kindness is free. Love is free. And to be able to share this product and teach people and tell them experience behind that, everybody's experiences are different, but we're all in the same mind frame as we want to become a better version of ourselves, like 1% every single day. It's been 4 years, and like a vitamin or a beer, I don't know, it's something I'll never stop drinking every single day. Back to you, Sarah.
Oh my gosh. I love you. I adore you. I love your story. I can't believe how much candy you used to eat. You ate more candy than I did. I didn't know I could meet someone that ate more candy than I did. So we have one more story that I'm super excited to hear from. Miss Bella, I got to meet her for the first time this weekend. We had met over social media, and now I got to meet her in person. I love that she always says, it's okay. She's so wonderful. And her story is just incredible, not just the product, but what our community has done for her. And I have my tissues, Bella. Like, I am ready to hear from you. Are you here with us tonight to share your powerful story?
I sure am. Can you hear me okay?
We got you.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, and everybody calls me Baby Keto. So that's why I have that here. And I'm super happy to see everybody here. So thank you for showing up for yourself, because I think you're here for a reason. That's really what I've been doing for, I would say, a good 20 years, is trying to figure out, how I can get my body working again. I'm 53, and I, like Shay, is turning back the clock. And if you don't know, there's CMed inside of our products, which helps us with the DNA repair, which is super exciting. And also with the hair, skin, and nails. So I'm really happy about not having wrinkles and showing, but still, regardless, I feel young. I feel very young. And so I had been really tired, similar to a lot of you all. We think we put a lot on our plate, and I just felt a lot of brain fog. And so what I've noticed, and what I shared with Sarah, is that I wouldn't have been able to sit through a long conference just sitting. I'm really tiny, So my feet don't touch the ground, and I have arthritis in my neck. And so with all that pulling and sitting and inflammation, it's really hard for me to even get by. I would just be like completely out if I had a long conference like this in the past. And so ketones have helped me with the inflammation. It's helped me with my pain. I was super constipated. So I already have been through perimenopause, menopause, and I'm postmenopausal now. And so it's helped me with my hot flashes. I actually think I was over hot flashes, but I'm taking an anti-cancer medication. So that induces hot flashes and also cramps. And so with the ketones helping with the hot flashes, and I swear by the Mitoplex. Mitoplex is just amazing because even on the way to the trip, I felt my feet wanting to cramp, and I got my Mitoplex out, and I saved myself from a lot of pain and agony. And I just swear by the products. I do just like as Sarah does. She takes her ketones every day. I'm timely with all of that, and so I just feel amazing. And also at the same time, I wasn't able to sit without fidgeting and without getting up and getting down and getting up and getting down, and with all the pain and everything else, focus. And in the conference, I was like, wow, that's so amazing. It's helped me with my focus. And I was super constipated. I know people don't want to talk about that, but I would eat really healthy and work out and everything else. And I was super, super constipated. And ketones have basically saved my life all the way around. So anyway, I just love the fact that I'm able to be with all of you fabulous women. We just had the weekend, like what she had talked about, the big event. And I live at home with my kitties. I don't have anybody else, nobody to hug other than my kitties. And so we need to raise that oxytocin. And so just being in a better mood and being out with people and having the energy and having the vitality that, I would have as a younger person, it just felt fantastic. So I just feel like the business opportunity is awesome as well, because we're just sharing. And I was on the plane with Sarah, and we were just sharing, and everybody wants to hear something of how to be better, feel better. And it was just super easy to share. And it was just it brings me joy, brings me joy to share and share my story. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Bella. I love being around you because every time I overthink something, and let's admit it, ladies, we overthink way too much, she would say, it's okay. So we asked if we could get a recording of that. So every time we start to overthink, we hear that it's okay. So if you're listening to all of these stories and you're thinking to yourself, man, I just want to take it for a test drive. I want to see if I feel what these women feel. Please get back with the person that invited you to this call and ask them for a trial pack or a 10-day challenge. And I challenge you to try our product. We have so many amazing opportunities to hold you accountable, to step into that better version of you. So you can choose just to try the ketones. You can participate in something like our Core 4 challenge that we have going on right now, which is absolutely phenomenal. And what's great is if I have something that has restrictions, I'm like, I used to be a teacher and they kind of put me in this box and I hate those restrictions. The cool thing about the Core 4 is it's 4 weeks long. You choose whatever day you want to get started. So you have the power to decide when you want to get started. It's only 4 days a week. So you have 3 other days that can be your cheat days, or you can do all 7 days. It's up to you. But it's just a matter of drinking your ketones every single day, eating healthy, whatever that looks like for you. We do have Prüvit meals that can be delivered to your front doorstep if you need help in that area, or you can cook for yourself. So whatever meaning eating healthy to you means is what you would do for part 2. Part 3 is moving your body, and step 4 is sharing your story. I think so many times we're fearful of sharing our story, but I promise you, when you share your story, you're sharing a part of somebody else's story, and you're giving them just a little glimmer of hope that they can get through what they're going through right now. So when I heard somebody tell me that 6 years ago, I thought to myself, Sarah, don't be selfish. share your story. Every chance you get, share your story. So when I found Ketones 6 years ago, prior, I was a 7th grade math teacher. I was working 70 hours a week. I was waitressing on the side. I was catering weddings. I was coaching 2 sports. I was working so much. I said yes to so many things that did not bring me fulfillment because I was in the pursuit to find what it was that would bring me fulfillment, not knowing what it was. I didn't know who I was. I had spent my whole life thinking that I was supposed to be a teacher, which I am a teacher, but I wasn't meant for the school setting. I wasn't meant to teach the Pythagorean theorem on repeat all day long. Like, I kept thinking to myself, like, Sarah, there has to be more. There has to be a way where you can actually like see your husband. I married my best friend. I met him my 8th grade summer and I married my best friend. I'm so blessed. And I never got to see him. We just saw each other in passing. We would work our tails off. We would put that in a savings account and we would take a vacation to escape life because we didn't know how to have a regular life here at home because we just worked our life away. We wanted to have a family, but we convinced ourselves that we didn't because we thought, how do people do it? How do people work all day and then come home to the most important thing ever, which is their child, and have more energy to put into them? So we decided having a family was out. So back in 2016, I was waitressing. A stranger handed me their business card and said, you should look into this. I didn't tell him I had left my teaching job looking for something different. I didn't tell him that I was in the pursuit of whatever kind of fulfillment. I just had that smile plastered on my face. I was an autopilot and I was doing what I knew what to do, which was waitressing. And he handed me his card. And in my gut, I said, there's something different about this. And I shared my product story with you on how it changed the way I looked at myself in the mirror. I would look at myself in the mirror prior and be like, how many more layers can I put on? I'm so ashamed of who I've become. I thought it was going to be better than this. I have these love handles. I need to put a cardigan on over that. And it's like, I just didn't like who I had become. And when I started drinking ketones, my whole mindset started to shift. I started to think, I am meant for more. I do have this light inside of me that I have been protecting for some odd reason. I don't know why. And each and every one of you have that light inside of you too, that I was just fearful and paralyzed by that fear of, I mean, it might be failure. It might be judgment. I don't know what it was, to really step into who I was meant to be. And so Prüvit and Ketones have given us the opportunity to be story collectors and to be able to change people's lives for the better. And that's everything I've ever searched for being a teacher. I wanted those kiddos to say, because of you, my life is better. And I never got that certainty that I was making that change for them. With Ketones, I get messages daily. Within 10 months, I was able to bring my husband home because he was thinking to himself, man, I'm really like wasting my gifts and talents selling these Tempur-Pedic beds, when really all I want to do is talk about ketones and I want to do this with you. And so he came home with me 10 months after we had gotten started and we got to do this together. And that is the gift of time. That is the time that we never had. We never even had time to have breakfast together. So to be able to do that was life-changing for us. And the opportunity gave us the time to think about the fact of we are deserving to be parents. And so I swear we thought it. I mean, my body was really healthy. I had been drinking ketones for a while and bam, our baby was born. And I will never forget that feeling when they lifted her over the curtain and I was just crying and they were like, are you in pain? And I was like, I'm just so grateful. Like one, yes, completely shifted our life to where I get to be her mom. Like, our life is so different because we said yes to ketones. And when we talk about the opportunity side of it, it is so much more than ketones. When we share the opportunity, we're not just sharing ketones. We are sharing so much more than that. We are sharing how we as women can step into who we were meant to be, how we have a community of people who have our backs, who support us, who lift us up, who want better for us. It's something that I've never really had in my life. I had a really good upbringing, but I always just followed what I was supposed to do in life. And I never got to be more like adventurous of like, you can do whatever it is you set your mind to. So it has been an amazing journey. And I have some great stories. Shay, who shared earlier, she has an excellent story of not just what the product has done for her, but what the opportunity has done for her. And some of you might be thinking like, okay, I want to get started. I don't know where to get started. So Shea, I would love for you to share your opportunity side of things on how ketones have changed your life, but also tell these ladies, how can they get their ketones for free?
Absolutely. So after drinking this magic unicorn juice, as I call it, I heard them say, you know, you can drink free ketones and you don't actually have to, quote, sell. And I was like, okay, fine. Tell me how. So how many of us go to a restaurant or we're at Target, we're at Walmart, and we find something that we love and we go on Facebook and we post, oh my gosh, look at this shirt I just got. Look at these shoes I just found. And everybody's like, where'd you get them? Where'd you get them? Where'd you get them? And you do what? You share with them where you got it. But are any of those people paying you to do that? No. When I approached Melissa and Tanya and Ashley and I said, how can I do this? I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to sound corny, like, here, try this new car, door number 3. They're like, no, simply what has this product done for you? And that's literally all I did. I said, I've got my hands on something that I would be selfish if I didn't share. Just like the new taco, whatever from Taco Bell, or the new Brooks shoes and new Adidas that I just got. Everyone's like, where'd you get those? I'm like, Adidas. That's where I'm getting them. So I started off only wanting to get free ketones. We call them free tones. And then maybe a couple of $100 a month to support my shoe habit and my makeup addiction. I would have never thought that it would have been developed into where I'm at now. I was in and this is the part where I get the tissues. You got this, girl. I was in a toxic, abusive marriage where he made me think and feel that I was not worthy enough. I solely depended on him 100% for everything. Even though I had my own job, he had me convinced that it just was never enough. And I thought there's no way out. I can't go home and live with my mom and dad. I'm in my 50s. You know, back then I was almost 50. Like, how can I do this? So by me sharing my passion about this product and being able to help so many women, not only was I able to leave, but I was able to leave and leave everything behind. I started over in a city 5 hours away. Everything is new. Where I live is new. My desk, my shoes, my clothes, my furniture. I earned a free vehicle because you'll hear from Sally because I have a badass team and we're all on the same page. But the feeling I found myself, I was lost. I was lost in the views of a man who was a narcissist, who was physically and mentally abusive to me, to coming into this, even though I'd been in this community a year, that, you know, if you're in that position, that still is in the back of your mind saying you're not good enough, you can't do this, you're not good enough. And then the more that I progressed and the more that I progressed, I was like, not only am I helping people do the same thing, but I just improved myself. I found myself. And this is not a business. This is a family. These are my business partners. These are the people that we get to lock arms. You're never alone. And don't ever let anybody say you can't do anything. And if they do, let that light a fire under your ass that you can do things, and just find your tribe, find your family. I would have never known who Sally is. I would have never known Sarah. I just spent 5 days with these people and I cried leaving the airport. I'm sobbing on the plane and people are like, what is wrong with this girl? I miss my friends. I mean, you don't want to leave, but we could all be like Big Brother and stay in the house. But if you can just simply share, then you can do this. You can rise to the top with the rest of us. Yeah, the financial aspect is great. Driving a free vehicle provided by Prüvit is great, but you know what's even better? Being a part of people's journey. We are story collectors and we are part of their journey and we get to watch them just go up. Everybody just goes up. I mean, I'm so like over whatever from this weekend and having people reach out to me saying, one, I saw you on the Zoom, you were on fire bouncing around. And then other people are like, what is it? What are you doing? You're completely different. If I can do this, anyone can do it. That's it.
Thank you, Shea. I love that. So yes, so you like if you want free ketones, you can earn them here at Prüvit. All you have to do is share it with 2 people. So if you know of 2 people that also want to feel great, Share ketones with them when they start drinking ketones every single month. Guess what? Prüvit will average what it is that they spent and give it to you in free product the following month. The same two people can keep ordering ketones every single month. And as a result, yours will be free every single month. Shea has not paid for her ketones in 4 years. We have not paid for our ketones since July of 2016. And so if you're thinking, can I afford it? Just know you can afford free. So we have to know that we deserve this. And I think sometimes we think of excuses on why we don't deserve it because we don't want to be selfish. We want to put our kid first. We want to put our husband first. But no, when you show up as the best version of you, I promise you, the people around you will become better as well. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't know if I can do this. I don't like to sell things. I don't know if I can do this. Guess what? We have a system that works. And the first step is attraction. And you get to attract people however you want to attract people. I bet you will attract people without even wanting to attract people. You will start showing up better. You will start physically changing, mentally changing, and people will ask you, what is it that you are different? You are different, and I want what you have. First week on ketones, my friend said, Sarah, your body is transforming. Tell us what you are doing. I didn't even bring it up to her. She noticed it in me. So it's attraction, and that's however you want to do it. There's people that use social media. There's people that just call their friends and family. There's people that do it to another level, and they'll like go out in public and shake up ketones and have a party and let people try it out. Whatever works for you. Attract people and then connect them. You're going to connect them to build their belief, to make them believe that they deserve this. So whether that means connecting them with a person or a resource, we have your back. And then lastly, you just get ketones in their hands, whatever that looks like for them, whatever level they're ready to play at. So we have another story, and I'm excited to kind of bring all the ends together because, like I said, I am not a scientist. I am not someone that knows crazy, amazing things about nutrition, but Nurse Sally is here, and she did not believe in ketones at first. She was like, that does not put you in ketosis. So she did it nutritionally, and former eye roller. And she has an amazing story. So she's going to share a little bit about her product story on what ketones have done, how she got started with ketones, and how this community has forever impacted her life. Sally, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Hi, everybody. I am Sally Melendez. I heard a lot of people talking about age tonight, and I heard a lot of people talking about candy tonight. So I'll tell everybody right now, I am 75 years old, and I am eating my kale chips. Thank you, ketones. So I am Sally Melendez. I am from the Bay Area in California. I am a registered nurse. I have been a registered nurse for almost 12 years now. And in 2018, I delivered my second baby, 13 months after delivering my first baby. So I have 2 back-to-back babies. So you can imagine if you are a mother or a father of that sweet little thing down in my corner with their little baby in her arms, how crazy it is with small, small babies. So I had just delivered my second baby, and I was at the highest weight I had ever been. I was not the mom that was losing weight or fat while breastfeeding. It was going in the other direction. I was took my normal 12 weeks of maternity leave and had to go back into the hospitals, leaving my 15-month and my 3-month home, not alone, God, crazy, with my husband in the evenings when I would work in the hospitals. And somebody said to me, hey, let's do a weight loss challenge. It's January 1st of 2019. And I was like, down, I'm game. Like, I need to get this off. I did the ketogenic diet, had no clue what ketones were. Did the ketogenic diet, had some great success, but found a couple things. One, it's very restrictive. I mean, it was cool to eat bacon and eggs and cheese and not pretend you're doing keto and like not the healthy way or whatever. But the fat started coming off and I was feeling good. But then Friday would come up and someone would invite me out to dinner or whatever. And then boom, you would go out of ketosis, and it was like work hard to get back in it. And then the weekend would come and it would be out. So fast forward about 10 months, my husband jumped on with me and we lost about 50 pounds, which was awesome. So now we're in 2020, the holidays of 2019, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year. the new year in 2020, we all know what happened in 2020. It was not a very good situation for us nurses in the hospital, and fear set in. I mean, fear, coping with food. The healthcare heroes were given donuts and pastries and sandwiches and Lord knows whatever they wanted to throw at us. And it was not a conducive environment to A, mentally stay focused, and B, like physically stay focused when you're just like, what am I going to bring home to my 2 small babies? I don't know. I had gained a lot of that fat back within about 3 to 4 months. And I had looked at myself in a picture on Mother's Day of 2020, because all I wanted was a photo shoot with my babies in the backyard, because we couldn't go out to breakfast. We couldn't do anything. We're all sheltered in place. And I looked at a picture in May of 2020 after all the hard work I did in 2019. And I cried. Like, how could I have let myself go again? You did a lot of work. And then somebody said to me, why don't you just drink ketones? And I laughed at them, right? My nurse brain was like, you are crazy. The ketones that go into ketosis are produced in the liver, and you've got to do a strict ketogenic diet, or you have to. And then my nurse brain was like, I'm going to prove you wrong. 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 And then I was the one that was proved wrong when they showed me that we are the only ones with a pure therapeutic bio-identical ketone to what your liver naturally produces. So I was like, whatever. All right, give me this stuff. So I made a conscious effort to just be like, let's do this 30 days nonstop. Let's bring on your magic. Let's go. And Father's Day of 2020 was that moment that I put that same outfit on. I did not look at the scale, because when you're in a state of ketosis, your muscle will be preserved. Your fat will be going down. You will not see it on a scale as quickly as you will see it in inches and how you feel. So I did not weigh myself. I put that same outfit on in Father's Day of 2020, and I looked at a side by side. And then I realized there was also a business opportunity, because I didn't want to be away anymore. I was 50 hours a week in the hospital, 60 hours a week in the hospitals. And I decided to dive in. Ignorance is bliss, right? Here we go. I knew we had an amazing team. I knew that I was going to be supported. I knew that this journey was going to bring me somewhere. I didn't know where, but it was going to bring some sort of beautiful avenue to this life that we just are getting stuck in. Just the work, the mundane, there was something coming. Started sharing this for a couple of months, and I didn't shut up. I was shrinking. My husband's shrinking. I'm happy. People are like, how would you have this much energy with 2 children, 13 months apart? You're crazy. I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. I'm just drinking legal white powder. Like, it's really that easy. So it was a very pivotal moment for me when I was rocking my daughter to sleep, and I was a PM shift nurse. So PM is 3 o'clock in the hospital till about midnight, and then you're home. So I missed every dinner, bath, books, bed, rocking. I missed all of that in the very beginning. And she said to me at one point, this is about 4 or 5 months into sharing this conversation, Mommy, why were you not home last night to rock me to go to sleep? And I was like, damn you, kid. Like, seriously? Like, jab right through the heart, right? And if you're a mom, you know. And it was instantly cleared for me. Why am I not home with you at night to do this mom stuff? Why am I going away and helping take care of others when my family needs me? And I can still be a nurse knowing the science. I knew immediately where I could fit in with this community. And I knew that it was going to bring me home to my children. And so that next day I said, I'm done. And I went from working 50 hours a week to 4 shifts a month within just 6 months of sharing this conversation and not stopping and not quit talking about it. And so for that, I'm extremely grateful. I never thought that there was another path in life that you could take. I thought that I go to school, I become a nurse, and you just go into the hospitals and you just work and work and work, and you do your 30, 35 years. And then the hospital screws you over your pension. And then, okay, that's what's happening to all the nurses right now. Now they're getting fired. I just thought that's what was supposed to happen. But this whole sharing of a product that's science-backed based, that is, it's 100% guaranteed and is the only one in the world. Like, why wouldn't you? So I love what it's done for our family. I love that I was able to obtain a free Prüvit vehicle, gifted it to my mom, who loves to take her grandbabies twice a week and just pimp it all over town in her Lexus. Thank you, Prüvit. But it's just been something that I never thought was possible until I surrounded myself and borrowed the belief of people that were showing me it was possible. So thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate, and I love when I get to share with you. So thank you, guys.
Oh my goodness, Sally. I was like, hold it back, Sarah. Like you're closing out the call. Like you got to hold it together here, because it pulls on my heartstrings that you even went through that phase where your kiddos were wondering why you weren't there, because for me, that's what held me back from ever starting a family. And I think about the fact that my husband and I, like, we get to be a part of every single moment of our daughter's life. We're not videoing it for the other person. We get to experience that moment forever. And if you notice, all of these women that are sharing about the business opportunity, like, yes, we have free cars. Yes, financially, it's amazing. But what we talk about most is the time that we get. You can never get that back. So the time, the memories, the fact that you get to be around your loved ones and not trade so much time for money and do the things that you were meant to be. So if you're thinking about this opportunity, please get back with the person that invited you. It's $49 to be a promoter for the entire year. That's going to give you a website, a back office, everything that you need to start earning a commission. And we're not salespeople. What we are is we're people that change other people's lives. We are here and we have the solution. And I always think to myself, man, Sarah, like, these people are highlighted all over and they are begging you for a solution right now. And you have what it is that they're looking for, whether it's the product. I'm a true believer that everyone will be drinking ketones at some point. It really does open you up to the person that you were meant to be. I truly believe that people need our community. People need to be lifted up. They need to be supported. They need to be surrounded. And some people honestly need the opportunity. For me, I didn't love what I was doing. I wanted to wake up and love what I was doing. Now I wake up, I can't wait to start my day. I can't wait to think, who do I get to run into and whose life do I get to change? And I put fear aside, and I know that I have what they're looking for. And then it's their opportunity to decide if it's the right time for them or not. But I know I have the solution that they're looking for. When I go to bed at night, I am so fulfilled. My heart is just pouring over the top. And I think to myself, like, how grateful am I? And how grateful are we that we get to do this for a living and we get to change people's lives? So if you're thinking to yourself, like, I want to do this, I'm just not sure if I'm a good fit, talk to the person that invited you to this call and just say, hey, I want to take these ketones for a test drive. Possibly I want to refer my mom and my sister because they also want to feel better, and just see where the journey takes you. And so next week we have another call similar to this. We have a whole bunch of calls. So we have one tomorrow night. So if you're like, I'm not done yet, I want to hear more, we have one tomorrow. It starts 15 minutes before this one did. We have the Keto Dad and the Keto Mom that are both going to be sharing. It is a corporate call. We will have another one like this, but instead of women, it's going to be the men tell all. For some reason, that makes me think of The Bachelorette, but it's going to be the men tell all. And they're going to be telling you everything it is about ketones and ketosis and what it's done for them as men and the opportunity. And for me, I'm like, I'm not going to miss this. I'm here for the comments. I'm here to see like what it is that these men are going to say. So if you want to tune into that call as well, again, get back to the person that invited you and just say, I need that link next week. I want to hear all these men talk about ketones, ketosis, and this opportunity. So I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for taking some time, investing in yourself, and listening in. There will be a replay of this. So if you're like, dang it, I wish my sister could have heard that. Again, get back with the person that invited you, and there's going to be a replay. And so, reminder, share your story. Your story matters. When you share your story, you don't know the kind of impact that you can make. Just the people I was around this weekend, when they changed their story, I stepped into more of who I meant to be. I decided that I want to do more. I want to be more. And it's all because people are brave enough to share their stories. So have a wonderful night. And thank you again for tuning in.